Well, hello everyone. Hope everyone has a good day today. As you can see, I'm getting ready to go out and do my walk. I'm not doing this video while I'm on my walk, but I'm reading something that I think should be mentioned because that's what this is. This is my vlog, my thoughts on different topics that I put up here for free. If I had to pay for it, it wouldn't happen. But what am I talking about? And that is that in generally speaking, there's a lot of criminal activity goes on at the federal level, particularly with politicians, senators, and members of the House. And you say, well, what am I talking about? Well, a lot of them do what we call insider trading, which if you or I did it, the average Joe would be prosecuted and go to prison. But because they are politicians and they always claim, well, I did not make that decision. My financial advisor, without any info from me, made the decision to, buy certain stocks that might be going up because of I know about because I'm on a committee that is investigating such and such or approving such and such. And now if, there's going to be more restrictions put on based on my part as being a committee member, then I might just somehow slip the word to my financial advisor. You might want to sell these stocks because they're going to get hit with new regulations and their value is going to go down. Or they're going to get some federal contracts. So you need, of course, I'm not telling you this, but you need to buy some of this guy's stock because it's going to go up because they're going to get some federal contracts. Folks, this shit goes on all the time. And any politician that tells you they don't do it, they're liars. Well, first of all, they're all liars. They're all thieves. They're all liars. But now we got three people, and Adam Schiff, senator from California, this lady's on the Federal Reserve Board, and there's one other person, I can't remember who it is, are all being investigated for mortgage fraud. Now, I don't know about mortgage law. I don't know anything about it, but apparently, for like tax purposes and something like that. Again, I'm not claiming to be a mortgage lawyer, but you can kind of only declare one primary residence for tax purposes. And apparently these people are claiming two primary residences, and you say, well, what difference does that make? Well, the gist I'm getting is that, they're able to write off more than what the law says they're supposed to be able to write off. So why do I bring this up? Well, because it's going to be tested in court again because the one Federal Reserve Bank member that Trump says he's going to fire is for cause. Because she is declaring she has two primary residences for tax purposes, and you can't do that. And the law, or the way the law is written, is that, you can only replace the Federal Reserve Board members for cause. And Trump says that's the cause, Why has this not happened in the past? Well, because folks, they're all in on it in D.C. and the surrounding area. I'm sure it happens probably at the state level to a degree also, but the big time ones are in D.C. with particularly high level administration employees and senators and House members. But now the shoe's been turned. Now it's time to go start investigating these Democrats to see if they really have been breaking laws that, again, if you or I did it, we'd go to a prison for it. And we will see what happens. But I just found it interesting that this case, because I'm sure the lady is going to file a lawsuit saying you cannot dismiss her because she has done nothing wrong to be fired for cause. And of course, it will go back to the Supreme Court, which will have to make a decision. Adam Schiff, whether he gets charged or not, if he actually did violate the law, he should be charged. And this third person, which I can't think off the top of my head who it is, if they actually did violate the law, they should be charged. If this lady from the Federal Reserve Board, has committed mortgage fraud, then she needs to be fired and prosecuted under it. Again, my old saying is, action talks, bullshit walks. Don't tell me what you're going to do. Don't tell me what you intend to do. If you're going to do it, then just do it, But don't go around saying you're going to do all this stuff and then it turns out Nothing happens, okay? That's how politicians work. You know, they say a lot of good stuff that sounds good. They promise you this, they promise you that. But when it comes to actions, you know, they fall far short. So anyway, I just wanted to bring this up. It certainly looks like, and I'm glad to finally see it, and Trump's he's pushing the legal limit on a lot of these things, and he's forcing the courts, particularly the Supreme Court, to make decisions. So far, you know, he has been pretty good with, you know, the Supreme Court backing him, but he's going to push it. He's going to push it, you know, as hard as he can to see how far, you know, the Supreme Court will go. And when they start pushing back, here's the question. Well, he will say, oops, they got me, I can't do this. Or he's going to say, fuck you, I'm going to do it anyway. You know you can't stop me from doing it. And I know you can't stop me from doing it. You know, folks, that's just reality. People are going to scream it's un-American, it's unconstitutional, blah, 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 blah. But, you know, Trump's getting to the point where he's starting to push, you know, the limits. And he's seeing how far these courts will go. And the question is he willing to go past the limit and say, folks, you know, you can rule all you want, but I know, and you know, you can't enforce it physically. You know, anyway, those are my thoughts. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and have a good one. And I'm going to get started on my 4.97 mile walk because the weather's beautiful outside. Have a good one.